Hey everyone, I'm Stephan Kesting. This is Jeff Mazzaros, an old friend of mine, old training partner of mine, and he's got some cool techniques that he wants to show.
Right, so years ago, I did Hap Keto, which is kind of like a combination of like Aikido and Taekwondo, kind of. And one of the things about Hap Keto is it's got a lot of wrist locks, okay? This is before I did any jiu-jitsu. So I went from Hap Keto to Judo to Jiu-Jitsu, and I couldn't do any wrist locks in Judo because they really frown on that in Judo. But in Jiu-Jitsu, it's like I've made them blossom once again. And I'm going to show you one of the ways, or maybe more than one of the ways that I do wrist locks. So now, how do you break a human wrist? There's basically three ways. One is making it go, yeah, there's that way. Gah! There's this way, right? Which is like the gooseneck. There's this way, which is like Mao de Vaca, the cow hand, right? And there's also this weird twisting one that, you know, we can show you another time. So the thing is, in terms of high percentage jiu-jitsu wrist locks, right? You've probably all seen this one, where the guy puts his hand on your chest here, foolishly, either in sport or in the street or whatever, and what do? You cup his tricep, you lean forward, and you do this, see? And that causes his wrist to bend backwards more than he wants it to in that direction. Jacare did that once in a, probably more than once, in a tournament where he dropped to his knees and immediately plunged into it, and it really messed the cat up. But bending a guy's wrist this way, they don't care for that. That will be a no thank you for more of that kind of situation, right? So on the ground, we can also attack the wrist by making it bend in this direction, as well as this direction and this direction, but I'm going to share this one with you today. Here's a technique I learned in Brazil, and it was done to me by the son of Alexandre Paiva, whose nickname is Gigi. Anyway, his son, I trained with him a little bit, and that guy did this to me all the time because his guard was really good and I had a hard time passing. And so what I would do is I would hold on to his kimono right here sometimes, just to like stay safe. And here's what the guy did to me that I will now pass along to you. So here's the idea. When the person's grabbing onto your sleeve in this way, in other ways it doesn't work, but in this way, what do? The other hand passes over the forearm and it goes onto your bicep, like so. And you pin his elbow to your hip, thusly, okay? And then from there, you can fold back on the wrist. And that's a done deal. And again, his hand is bending in this way, the same way the standing one we did. Okay, here I'll do it again. He holds the wrist, and he can't pass my guard, right? I'm way too good. I'm keeping the guard closed, and now he's just trying to stay safe, all right? This is just kind of a stalling thing. And so, over the forearm, onto the bicep, and you have to pin the wrist. I mean, you have to pin the elbow. If his elbow is up and floating around, it's not going to happen, right? So what do you need to do? You have to make sure this is here, and then you quickly sit in. So he can't pull his elbow up and away. Pull your elbow up and away. It's not going to happen. And then in. There it is. Okay? Now, wrist locks can be dangerous. Don't do them quickly. Don't do them forcefully with a willing training partner or your friend. Okay? If you want to have friends, do these slowly and just, you can gauge the effectiveness of them. Okay? In a street fight, in a tournament, fine. They've signed a waiver. They've picked with the wrong guy. Go for it. But in training, be careful.
So when you're applying the wrist lock, it feels like it's part of crunch and part bringing your legs in.
Absolutely.
Like there's an upper body and a lower body component actually applying it.
As with any technique in the guard, it's not just all upper body or all lower body, right? With the triangle, with the armoire, with anything, omoplata, it's part upper body, part lower body. So with this one, after you get this part is going down, this elevator is descending floors, but you're also bringing him in with your legs to trap that elbow in this uncomfortable little space down here. And then just crunch. And that's that. And again, like I said, be careful, because everyone likes the ability to have wrists.